Welcome back everyone, or welcome if you're new. My name is Cherie and you have landed on the top note. We talk about all things fragrant here. Today I am up to video number 5 of my perfume collection series. So far I'm still tackling my perfumes house by house until I get down to a point where I only have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 fragrances per house, and then I'll just start going through the rest of the collection. Today I'm talking about one of my most favorite houses, Ormonde Jayne. Ormonde Jayne's a really special house for me because, well, for a number of reasons. When I started to get into what was then sort of considered to be niche perfumes, Ormonde Jayne was one of the few houses that really resonated with me and also was accessible for me. And the other thing is that there is a fragrance in the Ormonde Jayne line that was the first fragrance ever that I could say could take a signature scent role in my life if I were so inclined to have a signature scent. But I love it that much that I could wear it all the time, I think, and love it. But I do have another fragrance, or maybe a couple of other fragrances that I feel similarly about. So I may do another video about that at some point. But in any case, for many reasons, Ormonde Jayne is just really special to me. I love, love, love this house. They do have quite I guess an underlying DNA to them that is very much theirs and very much distinguishable as being their fragrances. But I love that about them. So yeah, I mean, let's jump in. I have done another video previously, really early on, when I first managed to pick up the Travel Labs. So I did a video then of the bottles. I think I had 1 full bottle and then I had the Travel Labs and I talked about them. And it's grown a bit since then, so time to revisit. I have to say, right now I'm so sad that I can't be in the UK. Not that I've ever been to the UK, but I would love to go to the UK just to visit the Ormonde Jayne store. I haven't tested any of their new line. I think the Silk Road or whatever, I think it's called the Silk Road or something. I haven't tested any of that because we just don't have them here in Australia, but I'm hoping that we will get them at some point. Oh gosh, I'm just totally fangirling right now. Every time I talk about this house, I just get this big goofy smile on my face. I just love their fragrances so much. They just really talk to me, okay? Okay, so I'm excited about this because I haven't actually sat down and sniffed my Ormonde Jayne fragrances for ages. So now I get to go through all of them. It's really exciting. Let us start. The first bottle that I ever bought from them, it's not my favorite, so it's not the signature scent one, but this is one of my absolute favorites from the house, and this is called Sampaquita. This is based off the Sampaquita flower, which is from the Philippines, I believe, or it's the national flower of the Philippines. I think it's a type of jasmine. And it's just, oh man, that's bringing back scent memories now. This is just really beautiful. It's a tropical kind of scent, but not coconutty. It's tropical in that it has tropical flowers and some fruit. It smells a little bit soapy. It smells very clean. It's office friendly. It lasts a long time. I can't really fault anything about this fragrance. Some people have faulted it on the fact that it doesn't actually smell like Sampaquita flower. I'm okay with that because I've never smelled the Sampaquita flower, and so I had no expectations of what this should smell like. So to me, it's just really beautiful and I love it. The next one is also really beautiful, but totally different end of the spectrum to Sampaquita. This is Tolu, and this is based on, I'm just trying to get so you can actually see the label, but maybe you won't be able to. But this is based off of the Tolu Balsam, so it is a very ambery balsamic fragrance. It's kind of powdery, it's a little bit vintage smelling. It's really good. It's probably one of the more mature style of fragrances though from the line. So, you know, if you're more a fruity floral kind of person, you might prefer San Paquita over this one. And I also have this from the Travel Lab in the little travel size as well. There's quite a difference in the color. I believe that's from the natural ingredients that they use in the fragrances. So I'm not really too concerned. They smell exactly the same. Just one's a lot more colourful than the other. Yeah, I really love this fragrance, and this gets worn a fair bit by me during winter. So looking forward to wearing that again this winter. The next two I have massive big bottles of, not because, you know, I loved them that much that I wanted the massive big bottles, but it was mostly because because they were on sale, and the big bottles were on sale for less than the price of the 50ml bottle. So I ended up with these 120ml bottle of Tiare, which doesn't smell like Tiare flower to me. It does a little bit, sorry. I do get Tiare flower from this, but it actually smells, when I spray it on, it actually smells more green than floral. So it kind of smells a little bit like a green white floral. But I still really love it. It's very classy smelling. I really enjoy it. But if you don't like green fragrances, you might not like this one. The next one is Vanille d'Iris or Vanille d'Iris. I don't know how you say it. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It is. So the vanilla in here, the reason why I really liked this fragrance was because the vanilla in here is not super, super sweet. And also I get more of a leathery vibe from this fragrance. And to me, the leather is like it's like the leather of a really soft, light beige shoe. Brand new, of course, but it's just got that really soft butteriness about it, without feeling suedey and fluffy, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it's not super sweet, so if you're going by the name and expecting it to be like a sweet vanilla, you'll be disappointed. This is not what this is about, but it is very, very nice, very classy, elegant fragrance. The next one is my love. This is one of my favourite fragrances of all time. And that is Ormonde Woman. You all knew that was coming. There's no surprises here. I'm very predictable, really. Oh my God. I don't know how anyone can not like this. I know there's people out there that don't like it. I don't know how anyone can not like it. It just really speaks to me, this fragrance. And I have talked about this fragrance a lot, so I'm not going to go into too much detail now. But I did a review with Pep from the Sentinel on his channel. We did a live stream and we talked about just this fragrance. So please go to his, I'll try and link it here somewhere, but please do go check out his channel and watch that if you're interested. This is a really dark green fragrance. It's woody, it's green, but dark green, not like grassy green, if that makes sense. It's spicy. You've got lots of cardamom in there. There's florals like jasmine, and there's violet in there as well. I think it's just a hint of powderiness. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It does have this note of black hemlock in there. Now, I don't know what black hemlock smells like, but I wonder if this darkness that's in here, the dark green vibe that you get from it, I wonder if the black hemlock is doing something with that. I don't know. It's black hemlock's apparently very, very poisonous, but obviously not in fragrance form. Otherwise they wouldn't be putting it in here. But it is just the most stunning, unique, beautiful fragrance I've ever smelled. And that's saying something. I never not want to smell this. On to the Travel Labs. I have I have two Travel Labs, and I also have a few sort of free floating travel size perfumes from this brand, because our local perfumery lets you buy these travel size individually. I'm assuming that's legit. Hopefully it is, otherwise I might have just gotten them in trouble. But I'm just going to reel through these because I haven't necessarily worn a lot of these a lot, and they're all mixed up now. I didn't put them all back in their travel labs the way that they were originally. So this one is Zizan. This is kind of spicy, citrusy. Oh, something in there that kind of reminds me of like juniper or something. Kind of gets that. I don't know if you ever smelled juniper, and sometimes, I don't think I've ever smelled like real juniper. I only ever smelled it in fragrance, but when I smell it, it kind of gets in the back of my nose a bit. It also smells a bit spicy. There's something in here that I'm recognizing that I can't, my nose is recognizing it, but my brain can't keep up and I can't figure out what it is. It smells like an essential oil or something that I've used. It might come to me, maybe if I look up the notes. Anyway, it's kind of green citrusy, really, with a bit, it's got a bit of depth to it though. It's very nice. Not my favorite. This one is Montebaco. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That kind of has some similarities to the Zizan one that I just smelled. It's again kind of citrusy and green and a little bit aromatic. But it's kind of a bit spicier, and in the very opening I got more of a floral blast along with those green and spicy elements. It's kind of got that, you know, something like, No Geezer Sean is the perfumer obviously behind all of these fragrances, and he uses a lot of ISOE Super, and I feel like this is one of those ones that has a lot of that in it, because it's really getting into my nose and kind of got that burny feeling, and like it's never going to go away because it just sticks around and projects and projects and projects. So yeah, this is probably one of those ones that I'm not going to, I probably wouldn't wear this one. There's just something a bit sharp and sort of gets into my nose a bit. So the next one is Ombre Royale or Ombre Royal. I'm not sure about this one. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I can't really figure it out. It's meant to be, I guess, ambery, as the name would suggest. But there's something, I don't know, it's quite floral as well. It's kind of a soapiness, but it's not quite soapiness, if you know what you won't know what I mean. That means nothing, Cherie. Kind of a waxy soapiness. I don't know, I think there's lots of ambroxan in here as well. And I don't mind it. I don't dislike it, but it's probably not my favorite. And if I was going to pick up an Ormonde Jayne fragrance, I just wouldn't choose that. The next one is Nawab of Oud. Now this one I would like to upgrade to a full bottle of, although I've barely worn the travel size. So my rule is that I have to wear this one through before I can buy any more bottles. I didn't do that with the Tolu because the Tolu was just gorgeous and I wanted to be able to travel with it. But I also wanted a bottle for at home. This is really interesting. This one changes when you put it on your skin. When you spray it in the air, it's kind of more floral and citrusy, but then when you put it on your skin, it gets very clean, woody. I mean, I guess it's the oud in there, but you get this beautiful, clean, classy, rich smelling wood. Somebody wants to go out. This is a very classy smelling fragrance. I would wear it, I happily wear it myself. I really like it. When I put it on my skin, I find that I keep wanting to smell myself because it smells really good. And this would smell fantastic on a man. I'd love to have Matt wear this actually. Next one is Isfahan. This one is like, I think it's woody or something if I remember correctly. Woo, and citrusy. Yeah, okay, lots of citrus fruit in that one. And spicy. feel like there's pepper. I'd probably gravitate more towards it in the warmer months rather than the cooler months. But I don't mind it. I think it's good. I think Isfahan is from like the men's line, if she actually has a men's line. Taif, which is the rose one. This is really pretty. This is really, really pretty. And I wrote it off when I first smelled it or started smelling Ormonde Jayne fragrances in the store because I refused to smell anything that had rose in it because I thought I didn't like rose. So I was being very narrow-minded. And now, as it turns out, I really love this one. This is a really green, fresh rose. Yeah, that probably looked like I was smelling my armpit. It's actually quite floral, which you would expect being a rose fragrance, but it's not just rose. There's other stuff in there too. It's quite sweet, but not, I don't find this overly sweet, and I don't find any of the Ormonde Jayne fragrances overly sweet actually. I haven't tried obviously their new line, which apparently is more gourmand, but yeah, this is very, very nice. I wouldn't mind having a full bottle of this either, but I think I actually have 2 of these travel size, so I've got enough to keep me going for a while. Oh my goodness, there's so many. What's this one? Oh, this is Vanille Eerie, which I've already talked about. This one is, Sarina. Yes. This one smells like royalty, hence the name, I'm guessing. It's like it's got a leatheriness to it. Oh, that kind of smells really medicinal in the opening though. So I wonder if it's got like saffron or something in it because, I don't know. It's weird. I've never gotten this medicinal vibe from it before, but that's what I'm getting at the moment. But when this dries down, it becomes quite suede-y, but it's like this beautiful floral, spicy suede. It's really good. And if I'd been able to pick up a bottle on sale, I would have, but I don't. I mean, I haven't worn all of this yet, so I don't need a bottle of it. Very, very nice. That's Taif, another Taif. This one is Osmanthus. I haven't actually spent that much time with this one yet. This room is starting to, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to smell anything in about 5 minutes. I do get a fleshy floral from it. It's a little bit soapy. It's probably a bit fruity. I think I'm getting that ambroxan or isoe super thing happening again. I get a really sort of limey fruitiness from this, like a floral undertone to it. And the florals feel really fleshy. I don't know if I could say much more than that. It's sort of a citrusy, limey, citrusy floral. I don't know if I get, I mean, isn't Osmanthus supposed to smell like apricot or something? I've never smelled Osmanthus. That's one of those notes that I really would like to try. Try and get some kind of absolute or something and give it a whiff. This one is Champaca. So this is kind of like a fruity floral. It's a little bit kind of citrusy, but there's something else. It's like kind of woody or something. And there's something a little bit more, this feels like it has more texture to it. The other one felt really sort of light and sort of fruity, floral, airy, citrusy type, you know, very light and crisp. This one doesn't feel crisp. This smells, it kind of reminds me of paper in a way, and watery. I wonder if it has lily in it. Or maybe that's just how Champaca smells. But it kind of smells like a watery floral, you know, like a lily or something. Interesting. I haven't really paid much attention to that one yet. It was still in its little box. So I'll give that one a bit more of a wear. And then last but not least, I have Frangipani, also in a travel size. This one is really pretty. It does kind of smell like Frangipani to me. It also smells very green, slightly powdery. I wonder if there's violet or something in here. It's very nice. I quite like this. I really love wearing this. Oh, I just sprayed it in the air and it's getting in my eye. I really enjoy wearing this when I'm on sort of like a warm beachy holiday. instead of wearing coconutty fragrances, this is the one that I like to reach for because it's kind of really fresh, but it still smells tropical. Anyway, so that is that. So that's a lot. But they were all travel sizes, you know, and I said at the beginning of this I wasn't going to go through travel sizes. That is how obsessed I am with this house. I just have to have and try all of them, as many as I can. All right, so we've come to the end of my Ormonde Jayne video. I'm sorry, that was a little bit rambly, and I did sort of go off on my own little tangent, and I was getting sort of caught up in smelling all of the fragrances. Oh, that Serena's smelling really good now. Next video will be video number 6. What will it be, I wonder? I'll have to have a think about that. But thank you for joining me, and let me know down in the comments what you like from the Ormonde Jayne house, if anything. And have you tried the new line, which isn't that new anymore? I think it was, what was it, released last year or something now? But let me know if you've tried any of them and if you have any favorites, because if they do come to Australia, I want to know what to go for first. Let me know. All right, speak to you soon.